Ladies and gentlemen, let's Red Game Into video. I would suggest you get into your nuclear fallout bunker. It has been confirmed that Watch Dogs on the PlayStation 4 will be running at 1080p at 60 frames a second. Yes, we've got to discuss good old resolution. Sony have confirmed this on its own official website, no doubt as a slight elbow to Microsoft. And they've said, and I quote, "Hack everything as you make your way through Chicago's underground as you experience Watch Dogs in a way that only Sony can provide at 60 frames per second." They actually write it out, not even using 60 FPS, in 1080p. Their official site reads, once again. And the cinematics animation lead, Lars Bond, actually said that Watch Dogs will be running on the PS4 at 1080p, but there was no word regarding the Xbox One version, and frame rate at that point had not been confirmed by the publisher. But what's recently happened after that is that in April, Francis Bolvin discussed the difference between Watch Dogs on the PC and the consoles, but wouldn't comment on the frame rate performance. But then there was also an article in Arab Gamer, and this was a series of leaks / speculation that said that the PS4 version was going to be running 1080p 30. Obviously, that's not true. The Xbox One version 960 by 30, and the PC up to 4K. And obviously, the frame rate is going to vary on your hardware. So I will be doing frame rate testing and resolution face-ops and stuff like that versus the PC when Watch Dogs is finally unveiled. But there's two possibilities here. One is, and this isn't counting the Xbox One version, let's focus on the PS4 version since we've got 1080p and 60, Sony are boasting this. Is it locked or unlocked? Locked would mean that, in theory, the frame rate is going to maintain at 60 FPS pretty much all the way through. Unlocked means that it could go up to 60. On the other hand, it could tank all the way down to, say, just for example, 32 frames a second, or it could drop under 30 frames a second. So there's that to consider. And you've got to remember that 1080p is a lot more pixel pushing requirement than, say, 900p or 960 or whatever the resolution bloody ends up being for the Xbox One. Regardless, there's one thing for sure. Watch Dogs is one of the more anticipated titles of the year. There was a lot of rage when there was the whole downgrade thing. Remember that? I'm sure you probably do. Obviously, the PC version is going to be the better looking version, and it's going to support up to 4K. But the real issue, of course, is going to be the console. Which one is going to be the better looking version, and what's the resolution going to be like, and the frame rate. Remember, the resolution is not indicative of the actual overall visual quality, and a lot of people get that as them. They mix them up, basically. If one has inferior anti-aliasing, for example, then obviously that version could even look worse. But as far as what I'm aware, both versions are using pretty similar anti-aliasing. So it's really going to be a question of, does the PS4 version manage to maintain a reasonably good frame rate at 1080p? And what resolution does the Xbox One manage? There's no word on that yet. And what resolution does it frame rate does it manage to push? I would suggest you start to build your nuclear fallout bunker, and I would recommend that you start stocking up with supplies of food and water as well. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Take care, and bye for now.